Hello, everybody. It's Ken Faulkner. I'm Ken Faulkner, and I am a knifeaholic. Oh, wait a minute. That's for the other meeting. We're going to do a knife video here on one of the ones from my collection. I've had this one for a while. It was kind of special because I won it. I won it off Bees Blades. It was one of the ones that came from the man, the myth, Top Dog. He's always a big part of the community. What a great guy. And he is the reason why I know about this company, Manly Knives. He's had a couple of different Manly Knives on different giveaways, but it's a very different slip joint. It is a slip joint, but it's different. I mean, it does have a pocket clip, so that could be a little deceiving. It may make you think that there is some kind of locking mechanism here, but no, it does have a spring on the back, and when you go to close it, you can see the spring comes up. So yeah, it's more of a modern knife, slip joint knife. It does have G10 for the handle material, and it does have an incredibly cool texture on it. Very, very grippy. It's kind of like a starbursty kind of thing. Trying to get it to show up here in the light. Definitely not too aggressive, but just enough to really get a good grip. It's got a good size to it, width-wise. This way, feels very good in the hand. Very neutral handle. There's nothing there except for a little bit of kind of a flaring down here at the back, but boy, it feels really good in the hand. Definitely for a slip joint, I feel like I could do some more harder use type with this knife than a lot of the slip joints that I own. It's got, as you can see, S90V, so that kind of that's you see those on Jack Wolf knives and some of the other high-end knives, but this one here, at the point where I put a price on my spreadsheet, it was only $91.46, less than $100 for S90V. And another thing that's different about it, and I've done a video on this one before, but I just like this one. It kind of stands out in my collection. It stops there. It stops there. It stops there. And then it snaps closed. So it doesn't have half stops. It almost has quarter stops. There's 3 stops all the way out. And when you open and close it, it makes kind of a cool sound. A little fingerprinty. Really good. I'm going to wipe that off, though, because I want to show you the grind lines on here. Very nice. Very nice grind lines. They did a really nice job on this tall, flat grind. It's just very, very nice. It's very slicey, as S90V should be. It's got a decent weight to it. Not too light, not too heavy. You can clip it on your pants. You could always put it in a slip if you want. I don't know if you do take off the clip, because it's not reversible. And it is inset here. So if you do take the clip off, I'm sure you can, but you will have like a little indentation there. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're a purist of the slip joint type, and you want to get rid of the clip and put it into a slip, you can do it, but you're going to have like a little spot there where that clip kind of insets into the liner, or into the scales, covers. It definitely has screws, so you can take it apart if you want. Pivot, body screws. They look like they're T8s. Let's check that out. Let me see. Got my tool here. One of these is going to be, that's a T6. So let's see. I'm just going to, yep, T8. T8. T8 and T8. So T8's all around. So that's pretty cool. You know, in a lot of ways, it's similar to the modern folders, but it doesn't have the full locking thing. But it does have those extra stops. I wouldn't say it's a super hard pull. I would say maybe maybe a 4, because I'm not an expert at this stuff. But having those extra stops gives you a little bit of extra protection from having it close on your hand. You should always be safe with knives anyway. Even locking knives, you know, if you're not paying attention, it could definitely bite you. So Manly is a Bulgarian company, and I was thinking, because I've seen some of the knives from Europe that are slip joints, and they tend to do more clip knives. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but I've seen some clip knives from Europe, and I know Europe has limitations on their knife carrying where a locked blade, something with a blade that can't close because it has a lock holding it in position, is a problem. So I was thinking, well, maybe Bulgaria is that way. Maybe that's why this is kind of has that mix of that modern folder and with a slip joint, non-locking knife. But then I looked up the laws. I'm just Googling, so, you know, don't take my word for it. Not a lawyer or anything like that. But it appears that Bulgaria really doesn't have any laws restricting knife carrying. They say that in certain areas, like probably like California, we really don't have a lot of restrictions other than the autos, and then some other ones, the Balis and stuff like that. But lengthwise, it's not a big deal unless you get into certain cities. So if you are here in California, Los Angeles City, I live near it. I am in the county, but I'm not in the city, so I don't have that restriction unless I go into the city. I have to be careful because then the length of the knife has to be less than 3 inches and that kind of thing. So anyway, Bulgaria doesn't seem to have that limitation, but maybe they're selling these throughout Europe, so maybe that's part of the reason why. Because there's definitely places like Germany and other places where, yeah, you're definitely not going to be allowed to carry a locking knife if you get caught with one in your pocket. So anyway, I think it's a very cool knife. I really enjoy having it as a slip joint of a different style. I like a variety of knives in my collections, and this is definitely a cool, different variety. Thank you, Top Dog. Thank you, Bees. All you guys. Thank you, everybody that watches my videos, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.